I'm Jason Barnes. I'm a chiropractor in Burlington, Colorado. I am a 2001 graduate from Northwestern Health Sciences University, and I am also a Parker University alumni lifetime member. 6 years ago, I gave up on chiropractic. I was done. I was successful. I had a lot of patients. I was making very good money, but I was a body mechanic. Didn't understand it. At that time, a good friend of mine called and said, "You need to attend the next Parker with me." My wife knew I was also done with chiropractic, so instead of filling out my medical doctor school application, I decided to go to the conference and with her encouragement, attended. With the speakers, they were phenomenal. The things I learned was fabulous, and it helped me grow. The people I met was even better. The attendees at the conference have become Parker Life family members of mine. And I have been so appreciative of what they've done for me and what they've given to me in my world. Parker Seminars has changed my life for the better. I now run a fabulous practice. I have a wonderful life. I have a wonderful family, and I'm having fun doing what I do. I just pray for all the attendees that are here today that you get to take away at least part of what I got from Parker Seminars.
I'm Rick Rand from Sherman, Texas. I started chiropractic college in 1976. All the doctors I visited that were successful said, go to school, learn how to pass your boards, get your license, and then go to Parker Seminars to become successful. So I attended my first Parker Seminar at the downtown Dallas Hilton in 1978. Opened in practice in 1980 in Sherman, Texas. Have been in the exact same location now for 34.5 years. People like it when I do the point thing, so I had to throw that in there. And then 1982 was the first day I saw 100 patients in a day, as my mentors taught me how to do. About another year later, I learned how to do 100 patients every day that I was open all day. And then in 1985, I sent a letter to Dr. Jim Parker that I should be speaking here. And then he sent me a letter back and told me, no, thank you. And he was right. It was all about me. It wasn't about you. And so, but he did invite me to start working one-on-one. Later in 1985, one of the speakers had a tragedy at home. They asked me if I could speak, take his place, and I did. And I've been speaking here pretty much ever since, and now I've been here over 160 times. I get emotional because I just know that if all of you would consider being here every single time, our profession would be the #1 profession in the world. And I just encourage you to look here, find yourself, go home, change some things, and you will really appreciate it. Thank you.
My name is Dr. Eeram. I am a speaker, a chiropractor, and a business coach. I own High Point Chiropractic Wellness and High Point Consulting. When I started chiropractic school, it was very difficult for me. It was probably the most difficult time of my life because my parents and my family didn't support me. They wanted me to go to medical school, and I always felt like I was fighting them. And so when I graduated chiropractic school, I had no resources, no support, no direction, and I didn't know where to turn to. And a friend suggested I start coming to Parker Seminars, and I went to my first one in Las Vegas. And ever since then, I've been coming to the seminars, and that's completely transformed my life. It's completely transformed my practice. It's helped me get to the level of success I have today. Because of the information I learned from the Parker Seminars, I was able to grow my practice, and I kept asking questions. I kept asking questions from the speakers, from the different people that you meet, the people who already have successful practices, on how to build a successful practice. And doing that, I grew my practice and was named one of the top 100 entrepreneurs in the country under the age of 30. And I've had the opportunity to be able to travel and speak and coach businesses because of everything I've learned here. You can build your dream practice based on the information you learn here. You can build a practice beyond your wildest dreams based on the information you learn here. Like, I am a living example of that. And if I can do it and any of us can do it, you can do it too. So my hope for you this weekend is that you just dream bigger and you think beyond your limitations, because you can have everything that you could ever want. Thank you.
Good morning, my name's Hurst. I'm a chiropractor from Bristol in the UK. I graduated in 1987 and things went fairly well until about 4 or 5 years ago when the practice numbers started to drop off. The front desk staff, there seemed to be a constant turnover. The DCs, who are my associate practitioners, were moving on to other practices, and that's when I started coming to Parker on a regular basis. This is my 13th consecutive North American conference. And I'm a bit of a slow learner. At first I thought, well, this is all very American. I don't think we can do this in the UK. And I was reluctant to implement much of the changes, but gradually I started implementing the Parker principles in my practice, and it wasn't very easy at first, you know. It caused a lot of unease in the practice. Some people felt they had to move on. But what we have now is a fantastic team of dedicated, tremendous people committed to delivering high-quality chiropractic care in our community. And if this is your first Parker seminar, don't waste time like I did. Listen to these very experienced speakers. They're all very successful in their field, and you'll be absolutely amazed when you get home on Monday if you start implementing some of the things you're told, the changes it'll make in your life, those of your staff, and especially those of your patients. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jenna Davis, and I'm a chiropractor in Oakville, Ontario, Canada. So I've been coming to Parker for 10 years now. And when I came, it was because I was an associate doctor, and the doctor I was practicing with said, you really should go to Parker because I'm a national grad. We get, well,
We can't see you.
hi. We get very little, if any, philosophy. And so I came to Parker, and I was pregnant with my second child. What it gave me was answers to questions I didn't know I had. So how do I balance out having 2 kids, having a full-time practice, being a wife? How do I reach the goals that I have? How do I find the dreams? And so I came and I listened and I talked to people. I talked to people in the class, but I also spoke to a lot of people out in the hall. What you get from Parker is you meet a team of people that have your back. Not everyone here is going to be who you resonate with, but the core group that you resonate with, they are there at the end of a call, even if you haven't seen them in 6 months or a year. You know they're there to help you. You also will be able to find that passion. You come, you listen. Sometimes you don't realize you have these questions and you come away and you're like, that's what I needed to hear to take me to that next level. That's how I can reach those next goals. So I encourage you, find that place where you can find a home, reach those goals, reach your vision, and be the best possible chiropractor, serve at the biggest level that you ever wanted. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Trung from Indianapolis, Indiana. This is really exciting to be here today because this is the 20th anniversary of my first time coming to Parker in 1995. And I got to Parker on an interesting story because back in 1987, I was confused, I was lost. My heart hurt and I didn't know who I was supposed to be. I felt in my heart that I was created and called to make a difference in the world, but I didn't know what it was meant to be, that I was going to become. And I ended up meeting this guy, Dr. Reduto. He was a heart catheterization specialist in Long Island. And he asked me a great question. He goes, Trung, if you could do anything, and money didn't matter, and you had no fear, what would you do? And it was the first time I'd ever heard a question like that, and I sat down and I thought, you know what? I love working with people, I like working with my hands, I like fixing things. I'm gonna go to architecture school. And I went to architecture school for 2.5 years, and right across the street was another place called New York Chiropractic College, and I knew nothing about the chiropractor, doctor wannabes. And so one day I snuck in to find out what these people did. And I discovered that chiropractors were one of the most unique people you'll ever meet, that they change lives by using their hands, and they work with people, and they love from their hearts, and they make a difference in people's lives. And so I changed my course, and I went to school, and I graduated in '94 from Palmer College of Chiropractic, and I started a little practice, and I was seeing 50 people a week, and this fear came back into my heart because I felt lost and I felt confused again. I was like, now what am I supposed to do? And I couldn't figure out how to grow this practice and make a difference in people's lives. And someone said, you need to go to Parker in Chicago, and you'll meet people there that will help give you direction. So in '95, I came here to Chicago and met some of the most amazing people in the world. And what I met were mentors and advisors and coaches. And it fit a verse that I had in my head from Proverbs 27:17 that says, as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. You cannot be by yourself and stay sharp. You have to be surrounded by people who are stronger than you, who are smarter than you, who have more experience than you. And by spending time with them, you will grow and your heart will grow strong, and the calling inside of your heart will be manifested more powerfully in your community. Your heart is the largest electromagnet in your body. It spreads 6 to 10 feet, up to 30 feet in every direction around you. Everyone in that field is affected by you. Everyone that you put your hands on is affected by your gift as a chiropractor. You are called to do great things in this world. You have a gift that no other doctor has. You are chiropractors, and you are here now with me at Parker in Chicago. As iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another, and we're going to sharpen each other this weekend. And if you're not even sure what that means, ask yourself the question, if you could do anything and money didn't matter and you knew you couldn't lose, what would you do? I guarantee it, you'll find it out this weekend. Welcome to Chicago Parker Seminars, the Ironworks of Chiropractic.
My chiropractic brothers and sisters, I'm Dr. Mark Mandel, the Executive Director of Parker Professional. Thank you for sharing. I'm a third-generation chiropractor and the sixth one in my family. My grandfather was arrested 13 times for practicing chiropractic because she couldn't get a license in New Jersey. The deputy and sheriff were patients, and they picked up the table the first time I arrested him. They hung a sign on the front door, if you need to see Dr. Mandel, come down to the city jail. And his new office was the city jail. My father remembers as a young boy bringing the dinner pail and walking past a line of 40 patients who were waiting to get adjusted. This is a special profession. When I graduated, I went to work for the family office. My father's PVA was probably around 50. But I showed him I could get patients better within 6 visits. And my practice floundered. And I floundered. My patients floundered. So my father put his arm around me and said, "Are you ready to learn how to truly be a chiropractor?" He taught me the Parker principles. He taught me the Parker system. And I flourished. My practice flourished. And my patients flourished. And that is what it means to be a chiropractor. If my grandfather could practice in a jail cell, imagine what each of us can do with the unlimited freedoms that we have before us today. Amen.